Hi. Okay, so we're going to do a granny square, and if you know how to single crochet, if you know how to chain, if you know how to double crochet, if you know the basics, you can do this. So I just have my slip knot on my hook right here, and you're going to chain 3 and then join to make a loop. So what that means is you're going to put your hook into that first chain, yarn over, and pull through the chain and pull through the stitch on your hook. There you go. So you have a little circle. Take this out so you can see. There's a little circle here. And the center of it is right there. Okay. So I did chain 3, join to make a loop, and then you're going to chain 3. Now most of this is chain 3s and double crochets. So I have my loop, I have chain 3. Now I'm going to double crochet twice inside the center of this loop. Okay, so I'm going to poke my hook in there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. So there's 1, yarn over, go into the center again, yarn over, pull up a loop. I think I'm not in the middle. Okay, so there we go. Pull up a loop. There we go. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the first side of your square. So in between, in the corners, you're going to have a chain 2. So we're going to chain 2. 1, 1, 2. All right. Now we're still going to work inside this center of this loop. So yarn over, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then do it again. Yarn over, go into the center of the circle, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2. We're going to do 1 more. Double crochet, yarn over, go in the center, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 2 sides of the square. So this is a side and this is a side. Okay, so chain 2, and you're going to repeat that 2 more times. So you're going to do chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So I'm going to do that quickly here. Chain 2, 3 double crochets in the center of the beginning loop. Now this tail, the tail that I started with, I am holding that off to the side and I'm running it around the center. So as I'm doing my double crochets, it's getting caught underneath there. Okay, so here's the tail and it is running underneath all of these. So here's my third one. I'm going to go through the center and around the tail. There we go. So there's the third side, chain 2 in between, and then we're going to do 3 more double crochets. So there's 1, there's 2, that came loose. There's 2, and there's 3. All right, so we have the first 3. There's my chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2 right here, 3 double crochets, and then because we're ending on a corner, chain 2, right, and then slip stitch in the top of that chain 3. So put your hook in and pull a loop through the chain and through the loop on your hook. So there's your beginning square. All right, so each of these chain 2 spaces is a corner, and then your chain 3s are the sides. Now, we're sitting in a corner. These are your choices. You can slip stitch across. So I could slip stitch, slip stitch, slip stitch into here, and then start over. Or you can turn your square over and start right here in this chain space. So I could, if I turn it over, I'll just chain 3 and then do more 2 double crochets. But that's going to make the back of your square and the front of your square look very different. I don't want that. I don't like that. So if you're going to go the same way, you're going to slip stitch over. Now I'm going to leave that tail alone. The tail runs all the way around. I can sew that in or just cut it off, either way when I'm done. All right, so I'm going to slip stitch across 2 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and then into the chain space. Okay, and then start over. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets into this hole. There's 1, 2. Now this is going to be my corner, so we're going to chain 2. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to make the other side of the corner. So right here, I'm going to do 3 more double crochets in that same corner space. All right. And then in between on the sides, I'm going to chain 1. Now there are variations of this. You might have a chain 1, you might not have any chains. And sometimes it depends on my whim what I'm going to do, okay? But I'm going to chain 1 this time. So I'm going to go on to the next hole, which is a corner. On the corners, I'm going to have, just like this one, 2 clusters and a chain 2 in between them. So I'm going to do that right here. So 3 double crochets is my cluster. 1, 2, 3. Oops. There we go. And then my hook's a little bit small for this yarn. Okay. Then chain 2. And then in that same corner, that same hole, I'm going to do another cluster of 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, and 3. All right. So here's my original square. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Okay. And the next row, here's a corner. And here's a corner. 2 clusters and a chain 2 in between. Now I'm on the side, so I'm going to chain 1. And then for the corner, clusters. So there's 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's your corner. There's 2 clusters and a chain 2 in between. 2 clusters and a chain 2 in between. 2 clusters and a chain 2 in between. It's chain 1 on the side. And you can see now how this square is forming. All right, so I'm going to do this last one. In between, I'm going to put a chain 1. Then in this corner, 2 clusters. There's my first cluster. Second cluster. Chain 2. I mean, first cluster. Here's my second cluster. All right. So there's my last corner. And then to join, remember, I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain, starting chain. There we go. So there's my square. Then slip stitch across, slip, slip, slip. Now, this is a granny square all by itself. You can make it as big as you want. You can make it as big as your bed, or you can leave them tiny like this, however you want. Here's the pattern because it's very simple. In every corner, you're going to do that cluster. The first one is a chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. When you get to this corner, it's going to be 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. In this chain space here, you're going to do a single cluster, 3 double crochets. So what you're going to do is slip, 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 chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, because that's the side, 1 cluster, 3 double crochets, chain 1, because we're still on the side. Then on this corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So I'm going to work this real quick and then I'll show you. Okay, so I've almost gone all the way around, and this is what I have. Okay, so this is where I left off. I did a chain 3, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, so it follows that corner out. Chain 1, 3 double crochets into the side, chain 1, then my cluster for the corner, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Then I just repeat, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, corner cluster, chain 1, single cluster. Now I'm going to finish this last part right here. So I'm going to chain 1, okay, and then I'm on the corner. I'm going to chain 3. There's 1, 2, 3, chain 2 for the corner, and then 3 double crochets again, 1, 2, 3. Now we're on the side, chain 1, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets into here, into that side hole. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and slip stitch into the top there. Now you can keep going. Every time you get to a hole on the side, right here and right here, you're going to do 3 double crochets. Every time you get to a corner, you're going to do 2 clusters with a single crochet in between. Don't forget, slip, 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 chain 3 to start. And that's how you make your granny square. Good luck.